Hello and good pie, it's Mr. Pie of the Mouth of Rosas, and welcome to your Dragon Ball Super Episode 68 review. One more time, review, one more again, review, and just in case you didn't hear me the last 3 times, review of Dragon Ball Super Episode 68. As we all know, the Future Trunks arc is over. It is finished, it is now behind us, my favorite arc. The Future Trunks arc is over. And now we have to deal with some filler shenanigans as we get ready for whatever the hell the next arc is. So, this episode is simple. Not much happened. There was some parts in this episode that made me laugh out loud, I will admit. But overall, this episode, not much happened. It's a simple episode, a simple concept. So that means that this review won't be that long because we don't have much to talk about, really. I mean, this episode, in a nutshell, is Goku trying to gather all the Dragon Balls, and Goku's wish is to bring back King Kai. Goku wants to officially bring back King Kai from the dead, and that's his wish. He made a promise to King Kai that he was going to wish him back with the Dragon Balls after all these years. But as Goku is trying to do that, pretty much everybody from Android 18 to Master Roshi, Gohan comes up with Pan, and he wants to... Pan has a fever, so he wants to, like, wish for Pan to feel better. And Android 18 wants to know what Krillin wants as a gift. And then Bulma wants to get, materials for her time machine. So they're all arguing, pretty much bickering with each other over who deserves the second wish. Gohan gets it with Pan, obviously. Well, yeah, Gohan gets it with Pan because it was more dire than all these petty wishes. So Gohan gets the second wish to wish for Pan to feel better. But yeah, like I said, Bulma wants, the materials to build her time machine, similar to Future Trunks' time machine. Roshi obviously wants hot women, don't we all? Krillin, like I said, Android 18 wants to know what kind of gift Krillin would like, so on, so forth. And this episode really has me torn because overall, it wasn't really that good of an episode, but I did like the spirit of it. So, like I said, Gohan summons Shenron. He's forced to wait patiently as, everybody else is bickering over their petty wishes. I mean, seriously, Android 18 wants to know, what kind of gift Krillin would like. I mean, just give him a fucking car or something. Is it really that big of a deal? And, like, Gohan and Goten don't even know what kind of wish they want. So, yeah, now normally Shenron would just leave after they take too long. If it take too long, he'll leave. He'll leave them because they took too long. And also, there's only 2 wishes left. There's not 3 wishes, so there's only 2 wishes left. So there's Goku's wish, and then whoever else wants to get the second wish, and that's what they're arguing over. So the reason that Shenron doesn't leave is because Bulma threatens him by saying that she'll tell Beerus that Shenron was mean to her, and also because he senses that Beerus and Whis are around because they're at the crab shop. Bulma took them to the food place to eat some crabs and all that stuff, and then she leaves to go back to Goku in time to get her wish. So yeah, Shenron is pretty much in fear. He doesn't leave out of fear that Beerus and Whis are still hanging around. So he tries to stay a bit longer, at least until, he can't really have the strength to stay any longer because he's pretty much forced to vanish. Pretty much as if he's had to take a fucking piss. He can't hold it in anymore. So Shenron and the Dragon Balls, pretty much, it used to be Endgame. How do I put this? Shenron and the Dragon Balls, they used to be this kind of endgame, as if, like, this kind of, like, endgame power that the characters pretty much sought after. But so much has happened since Dragon Ball started that this all-powerful wish feels more like a soft bonus more than like a really serious big deal. And I think Super has really showed that it has a sense of humor about itself and its worlds. And I think the idea behind this episode is fun. In theory, like I said, it made me laugh out loud, some parts of it. But the Dragon Ball has really lost its like all-powerful feel. It feels more like just like a soft bonus. Like, hey, you get this and, you know, whatever. Rather than it being an actual big deal. Overall, ultimately, it really never manages to be all that interesting. I mean, the animation is incredible. The animation is always incredible for it. Well, it's incredibly modest, I would say. But the vast majority of this episode is made up of the characters pretty much standing below Shenron and talking. And that's it. The most compelling thing in this episode is Bulma, who pretty much tries to negotiate and buys the other characters off to get what they want, pretty much just giving the other characters what they want, because obviously, like I said, these characters' wishes are petty. So Bulma just says, you know, hey, Krillin, she says to 18 that Krillin's wish would just be to have you and his daughter. That's all Krillin would want. That sounds like something Krillin would say. So you don't need to buy Krillin something. All Krillin wants for Christmas is you. But no, all Krillin wants is Android 18 and his daughter, and if he has that, he's good. Gohan and Goten don't even know what the fuck they want. She gets 7 million Zenin and pretty much gives Master Roshi his hot women in a car. So Bulma pretty much just pays and buys the other characters off to get their wishes. But her goal is pretty much building a new time machine. Her goal of building a new time machine is pretty intriguing. It pretty much makes us wonder. It makes us wonder where the story could go if time travel came back into play. But her hopes are pretty much crushed as Beerus comes back and crushes the mineral, the crystal, whatever the hell she wanted to use to pretty much make the time machine. And he tells her that time travel is still a crime according to the gods, and he crushes the crystal that Goku went into the Earth's core to get. So nothing in this episode is designed to move the story forward. It's not a terrible thing necessarily, but it's not really funny enough to really justify the time. Sorry about that, my mic cut off. Where was I? Yeah, nothing in this episode really nothing in this episode was designed to move the story forward, which, like I said, is not a terrible thing, but it wasn't funny enough. It was funny at some parts, but it wasn't really funny enough to justify all the time that was wasted in this episode. I think easily the most exciting thing about this episode is the preview to next week, where we learn that we're in store for a Dr. Slump crossover. And that should be fun. So, I give this episode a C+. Average episode, not much to say in this review. Hopefully, you understand where I'm coming from and you were able to understand and follow this review. I was a little bit jumbled in my words because it's cold as fuck. And like I said in my other videos, whenever it's cold, I have trouble talking. It's something that I don't know why that is, but it's a thing and it happens, and stuff and things and also stuff and more things. But this episode was average at best. It was funny at some parts, but not funny enough to justify all the time that was spent in this episode. And that's it. That's my Dragon Ball Super episode 68 review. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If it's not Z3, they don't want me. I'm out of here. Actually, no. You know the drill. And now, hit my music.